Howdy folks, welcome to Brain Rotters. So Eternals has premiered. We gotta talk about that Star Fox post-credit scene and how it alludes to the idea that Star Fox might have accidentally inspired Thanos to kill half the universe. So stay with me on this theory. There's a lot into it, so I'm gonna be breaking it down for you. See, every team of Eternals across the galaxy we know has the Prime Eternal, the one person who can communicate with that planet's celestial. For us, it was Ajak and then Sersi, but for Titan, amongst Star Fox and his father Lars and mother Suzanne, all of which are Eternals, I believe Suzanne was that Prime Eternal, but like Ajak, she died and chose Star Fox as her successor. See, as we see in the post-credits scene, Star Fox has that yellow sphere that Ajak had, which designated her as the Prime Eternal, meaning Star Fox is a Prime Eternal and can communicate with the Celestials. So that means that Star Fox was shown what Sersi was shown, with how Titan was likely a planet that is growing a Celestial, and how if the population continued to increase, that Celestial would emerge from the ground now that the planet has reached a population big enough to energize the Celestial. So once Star Fox is shown this truth by his Celestial, I believe he confides in Thanos and tells him what he just learned, kind of like how Ajak confided in Icarus and told Icarus of what she learned. But Thanos reacted in a similar way to the rest of the Eternals when learning the truth, that being that the Eternals and Thanos want to stop the emergence, except Thanos knows that this time he's incapable of killing a Celestial because he doesn't have the powers necessary to do that like the Eternals did, and ultimately the only time you can get a crack at killing a Celestial, as we've seen in Eternals, is when it's breaching the ground, which took Earth 7,000 years, which is a good time to bring up the fact that Thanos was only 1,000 years old as of Infinity War, says director Joe Russo, of which I'm saying to you is that Thanos didn't have time to wait around for the Celestial to breach the ground in order to kill it, even if he was able to. See, Thanos is all about preventative measures. What he can do, he will do kind of deal, meaning prevent the breach entirely. So he killed half the population instead of each planet that he went to, which is what he could do with the power he had. Hey, you made it this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. Let's talk about the Infinity Gauntlet in this theory. Now, why did Thanos have to snap away half the population when he should have just snapped away the Celestials if he knew about them? To that, I'm going to make the same argument, because if Thanos is 1,000 years old, that means it took centuries for him to find the stones, meaning that leaves time for the planets that are growing their populations to max out and have a Celestial being born and destroy the planet. I'm not condoning what he did, but I am arguing that if he waited for the stones to start his mission, then he wouldn't have been able to stop the Celestials of the planet that Thanos has already been to. Do you know what I'm saying here? So take Earth for example. It's only when half was dusted away by Thanos that the emergence was delayed 5 years, because when everyone came back, that's when the population was back at the right amount to start the emergence. So Thanos himself did delay Earth's demise, and like when we saw in 2014 when he was on his rampage and going through the galaxy and killing half the population of each planet when he didn't have the stones, that goes to show that he did delay the emergence of the Celestial within those planets. So if Star Fox was Prince of Titan, then why didn't he join Thanos? Well, I mean, Star Fox is the Prime Eternal and understands what's coming, that the Celestial will destroy Titan one day. Well, remember that Thanos on Titan in Infinity War tells us that he presented the idea of genocide to the people of Titan, and likely fed them the excuse that there wasn't enough to go around. But the people of Titan called him a madman, rightfully so, meaning that Star Fox saw the error in Thanos' plan to evade the Celestial's emergence, Star Fox likely being one of the ones who calls Thanos a madman. It's very likely that since Titan is so torn apart, Star-Lord even saying that the gravitational pull is way off its axis and what it should be, it's likely that a Celestial did emerge from Titan at some point during Thanos' 1,000 years. And likely we know how science explains how celestial bodies form like the moon and stuff, with pieces of rocks and space debris smashing into each other like Play-Doh, and over time Titan brought itself back together in the form we see it as in Infinity War. So folks, what'd you think of my theory? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. I want to hear what you think. Did Thanos know about the Celestials, and was it Star Fox's fault? Let me know your thoughts. Thanks all. Have a great day.